Welcome on board, inspired by nature. A beautiful spring morning, great weather for cruising. My last mooring has been amazing, lots of relaxing moments out in nature. But it's that time again, I have to move. And I'm joined on board by my wonderful friend and musician, PaoloC. He's joined me on many occasions when I've been cruising along the canal, helping me to get through the bridges. He's quite a dab hand at it. As a solo boater, it takes me a lot of effort to get through these bridges, and also time. But having a friend like PaoloC is brilliant, and he knows what he's doing. Well, most of the time.
You alright?
He's fine. He's a tough guy. He soon gets his superpowers back, and at least his pride was still intact. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a cruise with views as we take you along the Upper Peak Forest Canal. Enjoy. We're cruising along on what we call a contour canal. It hugs and weaves its way around the sides of the hills, like here in the Peak District. And we're elevated to 500 feet above sea level, so this is why you get these amazing views. After a couple of hours cruising, and before PaoloC heads home, a nice cup of tea with some magnificent views. I love my life in the slow lane. I love sitting on top of the roof of the boat and drinking coffee, chatting to the locals as they pass by on the towpath. I also like my moments of stillness, where I'm just observing nature, tuning in to nature, looking at the contrasting colours that she provides. And of course, not forgetting the wonderful wildlife. And then dogs passing by on boats. And the donkey in the field below that looks a little bit lonely. But living on a narrowboat is not all about stillness. There's jobs to be done, and quite a bit of DIY as well. As a YouTuber and having social media platforms, I need to upload images and film. My signal on my phone is sometimes not very good, so I've invested in an antennae and a router. Wow, it makes a big difference. Upload them videos now at a quicker speed, and I don't have to go off and find a mast to sit under. Between all the busyness, there's also moments for rest. And to enjoy watching the world go by. And here comes the rain, falling like it does in Britain. But I enjoy listening and observing rain, watching the droplets create ripples on the canal water. But it was just a passing shower. The clouds dispersed, and it was time to get on with some more DIY, this time inside. I'm about to fit something that's going to make a big difference. It's going to save me a lot of electricity on the boat. In the past, I've always had to charge up my cameras by turning the engine on, having the inverter on. I've never had a 12-volt system, but thanks to Camper Interiors, I have one now. And it's going to make a big difference. This is going to really work for me. It means that I don't have to have my mains system on the boat, electrical system. I don't have to have the inverter on. I've got some plug sockets fitted with USB, but they run only when the inverter's on. It's got USB port and a C port as well for fast charging. And as you can see, I've got a bank of 3. So that will really be good for charging up the cameras, like the one I'm filming on right now, a small camera, and my phone and anything else that I need charging up. And brilliant. So all I've got to do now is just wire it all up. Let's put a fuse in. And we've got power. So we'll plug this in. Here we go. We have power. We're charging up. That's brilliant. And the great thing is they light up. Look at this. This is incredible. That is great, isn't it? You know, especially on an evening, you can just when your lighting's low, and you've actually got waterproof covers, so you could actually have that outside. To be honest, be quite cool. But there we go. I'm happy with that. Brilliant. That time again to go cruising. We're going to head up to a place called Bugsworth Basin, the end of the canal. Not far from my final destination of Bugsworth Basin, there's one more swing bridge to go through. And today, no PaoloC, so I've got to do it all on my own. It's a case of pushing the swing bridge open, jumping on the boat, bringing it through. And then you got to jump back off and then close the bridge. And it does take time and a little bit of effort, but it can be done. But you do appreciate them times when someone like PaoloC is with you, giving you a helping hand. now at the junction. If we go off to the right, we go to Whaley Bridge, and if we go off to the left, we go to Bugsworth Basin, and that's where we're going to go. We're going to go left. Make sure there's nothing coming. Looking clear. Got my own lovely spot on the canal, and I've even got a garden wall. Beautiful. On all the occasions that I've visited Bugsworth Basin on the boat, I've never been able to moor up in this particular spot. It's always been busy, but here I am. It's time for a splash of colour, a bit of gardening. A big thank you to Fairways Garden Centre for supplying me with all these wonderful plants. They look great. Oh yes, look at this. Doesn't seem to be a way down to the actual river. But I can sit here. Yeah, let's sit down and chill out here. We might see some wildlife. We might see a kingfisher. We might see a heron. You never know. Beautiful. Like I always say, you never know what's around the corner. You can go to the same spot many times, but there's always something new to discover. Oh, kingfisher! Wow! It just flew past. Yes! What a spot, that's beautiful. I'm already feeling energized as well by the energy of the water flowing down. Nature, she provides some wonderful entertainment. Wasn't that wonderful? But shame we didn't capture the kingfisher on film, but you know, that's the way it is. A lot of my filming is captured in the moment. I don't necessarily go and sit for hours upon hours just waiting for an owl to come along or a kingfisher or any wildlife. I just happen to have the camera and be in the right place at the right moment, and I think that's sometimes the best way to capture images. Cup of tea, and then I've got something else to do. Beautiful. Yeah, it's that time again to clean the boat. I do this about 3-4 times a year. Finally finished. Well, not quite. I've got the other side to do, but I'm not going to do it today. I have to turn the boat around, obviously, for that. So it is really hard work. Can you imagine you waxing your normal car, washing and waxing your car? This is nearly 60 foot long, so you can imagine how much time this actually takes. And I still haven't actually finished parts of the bottom of the boat as well, on the straker and the gunnel. But like I say, we'll do that another day. The great thing about doing something, you're doing some exercise, and I do need to get rid of this. Cup of tea time. This is Bugsworth Basin. It's literally at the end of the canal, and it once was part of the Industrial Revolution. It was one of the largest inland ports in the country. Limestone was quarried at the top of the hills in the Peak District, brought down on the tramway, and you can still see the tramway lines to this day. The rails, most of the rails have gone, but the stones that supported the rails are still there. It would have been a noisy and dusty, dirty place, but now nature's taken over a little bit, and now it's used for chilling out, relaxing, cycling, walking, visiting, just having a little visit and checking out the historical site. all these little arms or sections are where they used to load the boats up. And it's thanks to people like Ian Edgar, who was the chairman of Bugsworth Space, and he's retired now, but I know the gentleman very well, and he is a lovely person. We need more people like this, and he got teams of volunteers together, and over the years from the 60s has restored all this to as you see it now. Dedicated most of his life to just restoring Bugsworth Basin. I actually interviewed him a few years ago, and yeah, we just need more of these people. If you'd like to see that interview and the episode, I'll leave the link in the description below, or you can click above. Can't beat a cold, frosty spring morning. And of course, that glorious sunshine. Vitamin D. Yes, we all need vitamin D. It's been lovely here, stopping here, but you can only stay for a few days. But the experiences have been good. Life throws lots of things at us, things that we don't expect. Sometimes it's good, it makes us happy, and sometimes it's bad, it makes us sad. But it's only when we get attached to the thought and follow that thought that we become sad. Sometimes we don't like to admit to ourselves we've been wrong in the past, we've done things wrong, and we try to just block it, push it away. Sometimes we do that by doing things. We get OCD, you know. When something happens, we start doing jobs straight away, try to take our mind off it. That is good that we do things, but it's not always the case. Sometimes we have to sit out in silence in nature and contemplate and look at things. Sometimes you do go back into the past and you remember things, but you see it in a different way, a different light. And you think, why did I do that? You know, that was silly, you know, but at the time to you it wasn't. You might have thought that you were doing the right thing, but and then you forgive yourself and you lose a lot of stress and it just disappears. And then you can start relaxing in life once you see all these things about yourself. You can start relaxing, chilling out, feeling happier inside. Sometimes you've just got to move on in life. For some it might be difficult, I know. But when you have that opportunity, sometimes you just have to take that plunge and do it. Just do it. Just do it. Remember that all the bad things that you go through, or if you're going through them, is only temporary. And when you're getting worried and upset about something, remember, it's only your thoughts that are making you feel that way, stressing your body out. And that's why I come out into nature. I might be inside the boat and suddenly a thought comes in and it just worries me a little bit. I'll get my coat on, my shoes on, come outside, sit on the roof like I am now, and just observe nature. And it's a great healer. It's a great healer for the mind, body and soul. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm Dave. This is my YouTube channel, Inspired by Nature. And if you've enjoyed it and you want to come back, click the subscribe button, click the like button. That gets the algorithms going. Let's get me out there and spread a bit of goodness and beauty and nature, and share these wonderful experiences with the rest of the world. I'll put all the links in the description. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you back on board Inspired by Nature very soon. And now I'll do nothing. Oh, I've got to go and help Jazz.